This is Kristen Rosicki with Vandalia with our July vlog for the U.S. event horse Futurity. After the busy month of June where we had 2 shows, she ended up getting the first 2.5 weeks off of July. This is her out in the field with her friends. She pretty much lives out and is in group turnout. I believe the socialization is quite important, especially for a young green horse. In her regular work schedule, she works Monday through Friday. And out of those 5 days, one is almost always a road hacking day. So it's just a great way to kind of give them kind of a down day and also exposes them to some light traffic and bicycles and kind of other typical things you might see even at just horse shows. So by the time we get to a horse show, it's no big deal. Another day of those 5 is almost always a ponying day. So they really just seem to enjoy it. It's kind of a nice, easy day for them while they're still out gaining some fitness and strength. 2 of those days is dressage, and then that 5th day is usually a jumping day. So on her dressage days, I tend not to be overly structured. She is only 4. My goal is to keep her happy in her work. So here we are out on the hill. Emily, who's videoing for me, is standing up on top of the hill. I'm not sure how well you can tell that there's a little bit of a slope. And the hill kind of allows me to be a little bit more creative in my own riding. So there I was doing a leg yield going down the hill, which is going to aid her as she moves over from my leg. And then I'm going to turn and do another leg yield, but the second one I'm actually going up the hill, so obviously increasing the difficulty. She still is working on improving that leg-to-hand connection and just acceptance of the bridle in general. I'm certainly not looking for perfection in my 4-year-old. I'm just looking for improvement and looking for a good attitude where she's trying. So we're still working on, once again, leg-to-hand, and those leg yields aren't perfect yet, but it's a work in progress. Here I use that uphill to help aid me in her balance in a little trot lengthening. She loses her rhythm a bit as she thinks about hopping to canter, but once again, we're just trying to have small steps in the right direction. And then just a few days ago here, we were able to go for a little cross-country school before our next show. So I'm always looking to kind of break down all the questions and make them as simple as possible for her to understand and gain confidence. So here I was working with the dry bank, just walking off the edge of it, which is going to help her just step down and not launch, and then school her through the water and present her now in the canter, which it kind of carries over. She steps right off, no big deal. And again, right through the water, no problem. This is pretty much an ideal bank to start teaching them to drop into water. So she was able to drop in the dry way and then school the water, and now I'm just kind of combining those 2 questions that she's already been presented to. And she's, a 4-year-old that hasn't seen this question before, so I'm not going to get after her when she's a little bit impressed and needing a second to assess what the situation is here. So I'm certainly encouraging her a little bit. I'm petting her, making sure that I'm not putting too much pressure on her and stressing her out. And once she had a chance to kind of look everything over and exhale, she was happy to step right in, even if it was just a little bit clumsy there. I went ahead and did that quite a few times until she was very comfortable stepping right in. And this is the end result where I was able to kind of put the whole thing together. And, once again, she was quite good there, especially for a 4-year-old. So here we are breaking down the ditch question. It's a great ditch here to do this with because it's a long ditch that gradually gets wider the further you get towards the camera. And once again, just breaking down the questions, and we finish with something that's quite a bit harder than she's ever going to see at novice. So we're going to finish here with a little mini chicaner, and that is going to be it for this month's vlog. And we look forward to seeing you in August after a few more shows.